Alright, hey guys, this is CombatEX FP VOD, and this game is a PvT on one of the newer maps. I think it's, I don't know, Ohana, Daybreak, or Cloud Kingdom, one or the other. I'm pretty sure it's one of those three. Still only back for a week and a half, so I'm not too good with the map names, but my play is probably better than when it was when I came back, or almost at that level. My mechanics aren't at that level, but my theory is definitely far past that level. Um, so yeah, this game I'm gonna be showing you guys how I'm not gonna be showing you guys the builds that I do like that I'm gonna be doing in tournaments, but I'm gonna be showing you guys builds that are pretty much close enough to them. A little bit of variance, but almost the same. Oh yeah, so first I want you guys to note the new way of mineral boosting. So first you guys know that there's optional mining where you make two probes mine the closest mineral patch before you make any of the probes mine the further mineral patches. Another thing that's also came into Starcraft now is called mineral boosting, where as we all know, probes slow down right before they get to the mineral field. So to prevent that, what you do is you shift click right next to the mineral field and then you click on the mineral field because that enables them to not slow down when they get to the mineral field. And as you guys can see, I'm doing it. I'm not doing it to the perfectly just because, again, my mechanics are a little bit rusty, but um, whatever, it's alright. So now let's get into some more of the theory behind PvT in the current metagame. So right now, again, I'm just going to do a typical one gate expand, obviously subject to change, but based on what I see, but from what I see, usually, unless I see a gas open, no, actually, no matter what they do, I'm pretty much going to be doing a one gate expand unless they're doing proxy 2x. If they take gas, then I'll do something different. So yeah, right when they get to his base, the first thing I want to check for is double gas or gas. Okay, there's no gas. So now I know he's going to most likely go for a proxy 2x or a one gate 1x expand. This map is really good for mana pylons. As you can see, I made a 1 mana pylon right over there. You usually want to ask them if they're mad right after because this is roughly the time when they're mad. This is like the signs of when they're going to lose the game. So yeah, I'm going to get a cybernetics card because again, I'm not too sure if he's going for a proxy Brax or an expand. I'm not really sure on how to detect the difference between a proxy Brax versus an expand. I'm going to make a pylon here just because most people, as we all know, are probably going to go for the expand. So I'm going to be trying to delay that as much as possible. And now again, making sure I have 20 or 16 pros mining my mineral fields at my main, and then I'm going to rally my nexus to my expansion because at my main base, all of them are perfectly mining, and having any more would actually negatively influence their mining. So, yep, making my nexus rally to expansion. And I'm pretty sure he's going to go for the expansion because, again, I only saw one Marine. He's attacking that. If I was him, I'd probably go for attacking me. And now, as you can see, I also have the watchtower, so I also know he's not going to be attacking me. And if he does have a proxy barracks and he's coming to my base, then I can easily cancel this nexus and make units. I'm going to get a sentry first because, again, if you know your opponent's going to go for an expand first, there's no point in getting an actual stalker unless you plan on pressuring with it. But I don't really plan on pressuring with it. And yeah, okay, wait, whoa, okay, hold on a second. Now he has 2 Marines here. Alright, now I'm a little bit curious. Now I'm going to start corner boosting Zealots or my Stalker. I'm going to make another gateway right now just because I'm not really sure what this means. The second Marine is a little bit curious on that Watchtower because now, hypothetically, if I had a Stalker out right now, both those Marines would be dead. So the only reason he'd have those is because he'd be going for 2x. But notice where I'm placing this probe. This probe is in a place where I will see Marines coming. And I'm not putting it to the watchtowers because I'm assuming he has watchtowers, but now I'm going to go put it to the watchtower because I didn't see any Marines coming. So I'm assuming he doesn't have the watchtowers, which makes sense. And now, yeah, I have the watchtower. I know no Marines are coming, so I'm pretty much safe against any sort of mass Marine pressure. And now, yeah, I'm just going to be teching up. Again, 3-gate robo is pretty much the standard. It's been standard for quite a while now, so, yep, nothing too special about this. And now again, yeah, making my pros rally back to my natural, and just going to be pretty much macroing up. The key thing I want to wait for right now is I'm going to wait for my robo, and I want to see what he's doing. The Stalker is also going to poke in a little bit just to see what his composition is. Hopefully I see all Marines. If I see some Marauders or maybe something else, I get some intel on what his tech labs are and where his tech labs are on. I don't see any factory or elite floating up because of the watchtower, so I know he's not going to be teching super fast. You know, right now I'm reading based on what I don't see, which is really important. Some people really don't realize that they can do that in StarCraft. Now, yeah, okay, he's afraid that I'm going for some sort of all-in. That's why he doesn't bring his Marines on low ground. Okay, yeah, so he has a lot of Marines, so I know there's no tech lab on the barracks as of yet. And if there is, he's probably researching concussive shells or sorry, like combat shields or stim pack. And knowing that that's the case, and that I'm not under any sort of immediate pressure, I can go get my second gas or third and fourth gases because I know that I'm pretty much safe against anything. And getting the second sentry just in case Champions like to go for that 5 racks SCV Marine all in, and you pretty much cannot defend that unless you have 2 sentries. And again, I'm making this Twilight Council, but again, if I see that proxy, or if I see the 5 racks all in, I'm pretty much going to cancel that Twilight Council and get Mass Stalker Sentry and Immortal, obviously. And now, yeah, just macroing up. Again, I'm ready to take my 3rd base. Something I want you guys to know about my PvT is I'm a heavy macro PvT player. Like, it's ridiculous how badly I macro in PvT. Like, I will take bases like it's nobody's business. Right now, I'm just sending my ops to his base to make sure that he's not going for some sort of sneaky shenanigans, that everything's normal. Getting my 6 gate up, getting to start off with Charge Archon and then transition to Colossus. I'm going to talk about that transition when the moment arises, but right now, again, I'm just opening up with Charge Archon because I know 6 gate Charge Archon is pretty much unbeatable in terms of any like normal PvT engagement. Getting Templar guys. Lots of people ask me, why don't you get Charge Archon with Dark Shrine? The reason for that is because obviously you guys think DTs do more damage and stuff. It does technically because you can have them in and whatnot, but they cost way more and it's not worth it like that. And yeah, okay, so now he's getting a Stargate, and now that I know he's getting a Stargate, at this time I know I'm safe to take a 3rd base and then make units. Lots of people are in the dilemma, should I make units and then take a 3rd base, or should I take a 3rd base then make units? And I also saw the debate, which is a little bit, makes me even more comfortable to take my 3rd base because I know he's not going to be going for some sort of crazy all-in. He's going to be going for more of a macro play. And knowing that, I'm safe to take my 3rd base. And again, this is what I mean by macro play. Like, I'm going to constantly be expanding like it's nobody's business. That's a lot of Marines, but I know this is roughly the time he pushes out. So now, I'm going to get Templar and Mass Zealots. This is pretty much what you want to be doing against standard Marine Marauder play. Well, this is one of the standard things you want to be doing. I'm also preparing to take my 4th base just because I know you guys are like, what the hell already? No, obviously not right now. But I know if he takes his 3rd base, I want to always be a base ahead against my Terran opponent. I like playing that type of playstyle where I'm pretty much the Zerg and the ZVP where you're always a base ahead. And now I see a bunch of Marines going wherever the hell they're going. I don't exactly know where, but I also know that there's a lot of Marines. So what I can take from that is I don't want to stick on Charge Archon for too long because I know Charge Archon will die to a crazy amount of Marines. But it's good till, like, okay, let me just tell you what goes through my head when I'm doing this build. I know I'm taking a 3rd base really fast, and so I know that he's going to be wanting to attack me very, very soon because he's going to feel pressured because I'm going to have a macro advantage over him. And so then he'll see my Charizard Archon, and everyone knows Charizard Archon can pretty much be demolished if you have Ghost. And so what's going to happen is my opponent's going to get Ghost. But I know my opponent's going to get Ghost, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out of Charizard Archon, and I'm going to go into Mass Colossus, because Colossus counter Ghost. And that's pretty much my mentality towards getting an early 3rd base. And oh, by the way, when they scout my Charizard Archon, I get a 4th base, because I know by the time they get Ghost, I can have Colossus and my 4th base out. And usually they're still on 2 bases this time, and that's pretty much a win from there. And now, yeah, so again, he's going to push. He's seeing my Charizard Archon right now, so I'm ready to make my double forge. Oh yeah, I also make double forge when I get my 3rd base. Here he comes up. That's a lot of Marines, but you know what? It's not a critical amount yet, so yeah, he's going to put poking around. When he starts running away, right now I know I have way more army than him, so I'm not really like on the verge of dying, so I can make forges now. And yeah, again, when you force field and all the stuff at the front of the force fields die, make sure you run your units, because if not, your force fields are going to be used against you. And yeah, now I have critical mass of Archon, so now I just pretty much go run. And now, notice this, right when I do that, I put down my robotic support bay, I mine gas in my expansion, and I quickly take a 4th base. Why? Because I know he's running, because he's going to be getting Ghost now, because Ghost own Archons all, like, it's nobody's business. I say nobody's business a lot. I don't know why, it's a new thing I started saying. My friend Kevin told me about it, and so now I just start saying it, I don't know why. Yeah, so now, again, he's going to be getting Mass Ghosts, and now this is the perfect time to take a 4th base, and on top of that, get Colossus. So yeah, and also get double upgrades. Double upgrades are very important in this point of the game. And so yeah, now North Sea's on 2 base. Okay, now I see a command center with my ops in or my patrolling. So yeah, he's on 3 base, now I'm on 4 base. Exactly how I planned. He's a little bit ahead on upgrades because he got the early eBay, but I'm going to be, thanks to Chrono Boost, I can catch up. Also, when you take your 3rd base, you want to get Blink. And notice how he's out of position. I don't plan on doing any damage here. I don't want to kill anything, really. I just want him to, like, okay, I guess I got a little bit more than I wanted to. I just wanted him to run, pretty much. And notice I'm constantly chrono boosting. You want to make sure your chrono boost is essentially 0 throughout the whole game. And people say, oh, how do you always keep it so low? Honestly, just chrono boost whatever. Like, if you see, like, something that's not chrono boosted, just chrono boost it. Like, even if it's a gateway. Like, obviously the gateway is the last priority in terms of chrono boosting, but you know what? Even if you see a gateway that's not being chrono boosted, just chrono boost it. Like, even if it's not making anything, just fuck it. Like, just do it. Just because people always have 100 chrono boost, and it bugs me because everything is, like, chrono boostable. I don't know if that's a word, but again, chrono is probably not even a word in the English language. In terms of the Starcraft language, I guess chrono Is a word. Anyways, so yeah, now he's probably going to be getting Ghosts, or he's going to be getting a Critical Master Marine Marauder, because Critical Master Marine Marauder also beats Zealot Archon, but I'm getting Colossus Reefs, all that. You need Vikings, essentially. And yeah, I saw a drop here, so I'm going to be going to defend against the drop. My control is not the greatest. I was trying to split my Stalkers out, but I missed the split. And now, yeah, here you go. He's going to drop over here, and I'm just going to snipe the medevac. Another thing you guys want to know with your Stalkers is you always want to snipe the medevacs as opposed to the Marines when they're dropping. Even when you're with cannons, with whatever it is, whenever you see a drop, snipe the medevac before anything else. Just because, like, units without the medevac are way weaker when they are, as opposed to when they're with the medevac. Also, on the north side, I have pylons all around the map. The reason for this is right when he pushes out, I'm pretty much going to be attacking his third base. Another thing I want you guys to note is my reaction time is perfect. Like, literally, it's okay, it's not perfect. It's close to perfect. Right when I see a drop, I react, because I know PvT is pretty much all about drops. Once whoever starts getting drops, or once your opponent, you know that Terran player is always going to be getting drops. And I'm not only saying Terran player, Protoss player should always be getting drops also. Like, something I want to point out is that Warp Prism should not Warp Prism, Robos should never be gone not producing. Everything in a Robo is super vital in PvT. You can be making Warp Prisms, which are essentially for drops, Obs to pretty much get vision, Colossus and Immortals, depending on the situation. Robos should always be producing, and notice how my Robo this game will always be producing, besides right now. And yeah, right now, again, I don't know if you guys are getting lag, I'm getting a little bit of lag, but essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep him on 3 base, keep him from pushing, because I'm trying to get the max ball. I know I have a macroeconomic edge over him, and again, I'm getting my 5th base now. He's not even on 4 base. I'm getting my 5th base because I'm trying to macro like it's no tomorrow. Like, I'm just going off on the macro. And I guess I kind of revealed my classes. I shouldn't really have done that, but it's not really that big of a deal. I'm pretty sure you already saw it with the scan or something. Another thing what you want to do is when you're constantly getting bases, you want to make sure that you're constantly getting gateways through. The last thing you want is to have 5 bases and have like 6 gateways, because I used to get stuck on that quite a bit, and that was my biggest like setback in PvT. And now I just realized just make a lot of gateways. It's not that hard, and you know, I've been winning so many PvTs now. PvT is definitely my best matchup, by the way. And then it's PvP, and then my worst is PvC. But I'd say they're all pretty much the same. Getting a DT Shrine. The only reason I'm really getting this is because it's just for harassment purposes. I don't really get DT Shrines for any other reasons. Since I quit and I came back, my mentality towards Starcraft hasn't really changed. And notice how to produce units out of the Robo, I even killed my own Zealot. That's because when you're maxed, what you want to do is when you know when there's going to be a big engagement happening, and when in that big engagement, you essentially want to reproduce after you kill their army, or assuming you do kill their army. You want to harass them in their main while your big army kills like a base or something, because that's really good when you're pretty much attacking multiple bases at once. And now again, just getting massive amounts of gateways because I'm maxed. Don't worry about having low minerals when you're adding a lot of gateways on, just because essentially what you have to do is just make sure you engage a little bit later than otherwise to make sure your minerals restock. When you're maxed, people think 200 is a maxed army. No, it's not. There's different versions of a 200 out of 200 army. There's 200 out of 200 army that's barely 200 out of 200. You can be 200 out of 200 on 2 base. Or there's this 5 base 200 out of 200 army, which is actually like a 300 out of 200 army, because right when my army dies, I know the first thing I'm going to be doing is making a fuck ton of zealots to make replenish that army like right away, because that's essentially like a 300 out of 200 army, and that's how late game engagements should happen. It should always be 300 out of 200 versus 300 out of 200 armies. Holy crap, I mean saying 300 out of 200 a lot. And now, okay, he's pushing, and this is I would consider this an all-in push, because even though he's on 3 base, I'm on 5 base. So if he doesn't win with this push, which he won't, because my upgrades and everything, and my tech and pretty much everything is on par or ahead. And again, you want to spread out your army against Ghosts, and yeah, he does have Ghosts, as I would have predicted, because he saw the Mass Archons, and he got the worst concave ever, and he's running. This is not what you're supposed to be doing in your engagement as Terran. Regardless, notice how I'm looking for like pylons to make stuff, but I can't really do it because I don't have any pylons. This is kind of like me being rusty. I should have had a pylon right next to the engagement. And that's pretty much a game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Some things he could have done differently. Honestly, he lost when he didn't take an early 3rd base, or he didn't do damage with his attack, because Terran players should always be macroing, like taking a 3rd base right when you push, because Terran players usually push after the first 2 medevacs are out. When they're doing that, they usually want to take a 3rd base, because honestly, if you don't, then what's going to happen is exactly this. Protoss are going to be heading bases, you're going to have to go back to get like the counter to their army. And when you get the counter to their army, if they're smart, they're going to have the counter to your counter to their army. And by that time, they're going to be on like 3 or 4 base, and then you're just going to be way too far behind economically to catch up. And I see what he was doing. He's trying to make mass command centers, which is kind of smart. But you know what? It's because, again, PvT is literally a macro fest. Like, realistically, if PvT was to be played perfectly, there shouldn't really be an engagement before, like, 4 base versus 4 base. Because, like, all the players, or all the units in PvT are pretty much the same. And so you essentially want to just, not the same, obviously, but they're essentially, like, equal in terms of, like, strength. And so you only want to engage when you know you have, like, a 300 or 200 army. That's pretty much it. Again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm a little rusty on commentating, so hopefully this wasn't too bad. But again, look forward to more videos coming. I plan to post some more. I plan on streaming some more. And again, I'm training all day, every day to get really, really good at this game because I want to win MLG and be the best in the world before I have to quit again, which is going to be the end of December. Anyways, so hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, like I said, everything. And like always, peace!